What's up, UrVoyz Community? Welcome to another user interview. I'm sitting here with...
My name is Ryan.
Ryan is a software engineer, and we're going to just pick his brain really quickly about some technology stuff. So, let's get started. So, exactly what do you do?
So I am part of a software development team. I am a QA engineer. So I am a tester of software. We do white box and black box testing, and most people don't know what it is. So white box testing is essentially, it's the difference between like driving a car to diagnose it and taking an engine apart to diagnose it. White box testing, you can take the engine apart to figure out what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
Black box testing, I'm the user. All I get to see is the user interface.
Okay.
And I need to figure out if something's broken from a user's perspective, which is one of the, it's a pretty important perspective because they're the ones who make the product exist. Yeah. So when I was in college at Albany, I went to SUNY Albany, I joined the college radio station. So one day the station goes off the air, nobody knows why, the transmitter's busted. And Leon, who's in the photo service in the radio station, knows that I'm pretty good with electronics. So he's like, hey, can you help us fix our transmitter? And I said, probably not, but I'll try. So we went up to the transmitter closet at the top of the dorm tower in State Pod. I basically didn't know what I was doing. And so I pulled the rack out and I looked at it and I said, I have no way to figure out whether or not this is broken.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this. So I looked up the company. They were in Vallecia, New York, which is about a 40-minute drive. And I took pictures of how everything was wired, disconnected everything, and brought the transmitter out to the company. They gave us a loaner. I figured out how to put that together and put us back on the air. And they fixed our transmitter and gave it back to us. And that's how I became the chief engineer of my college radio station.
Oh, wow. That's a...
well, because the current chief engineer was pretty much the guy who was best at hooking up his iPod to the board.
You superseded him by
I didn't have an amazing level of skill, but compared to him, it was.
Absolutely.
To be fair, he didn't want the role.
So we're going to do something really fun, actually. We're going to play Choose a Side. All right? I'm going to ask you a question, and you pick a side. And that's really it. Mac or PC?
PC.
Very interesting question.
Yeah.
So you're like, considering our channel is more geared towards non-technical people who see you as a tech guy on the inside looking out.
Yeah.
My question is, and it's a question I've thought about several times now, as a society, do you think we've become too dependent on technology? Do you think it's integrated too much into our lives?
Humans cannot exist without technology. We typically look at things that are technology and don't think of them as such. This is technology.
Yes.
Everything that isn't part of you, everything is a tool that we use to protect ourselves from our environment, and we are completely dependent on it. We can't live in an area where the temperature drops below 60 degrees at night without having shelter.
Correct, yeah. People are getting more and more plugged in. I have a smartwatch. It takes my heart rate. It broadcasts so much information about yourself out. The idea of privacy has become so antiquated in the way that we used to think about it. Do you think technology is integrating too much into our lives where we can't expect privacy to be a thing anymore?
There's no protections for what people would want. Because, when you sit down normal people and you have a conversation with them about information security and privacy, they do want privacy. They do want information security.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And like, I don't expect the average person to have a master's in computer science to understand how to keep themselves protected.
Not at all. Not nowadays.
I don't know this stuff. And like, I root my phone. Like I do things that 1 in 100 people do. I have like hobbyist knowledge far beyond like many professionals, and I couldn't protect myself from all of this information gathering.
Google Chrome or Firefox?
Firefox. Firefox is it's not exactly as good of a user experience, but they do take privacy a little bit more seriously.
iOS or Android?
It depends on what for.
Daily driver operation, so your standard selection of phone.
Yeah, people probably be better off with iOS.
What do you think is the next technological advancement that's going to change the world?
So when Big Auto brought robots into the factories, they were dumb welding robots that couldn't do much more than move in the same exact motions every time. A product called Baxter, which is it looks like a cartoonish robot. It looks like somebody from the 80s making a robot for a movie. And you can show it how to do a thing, and it will be able to do it. There's a company that's making. They built a robot. Calling it a robot, it's much more sophisticated than that. That makes hamburgers, gourmet hamburgers.
I saw that.
That are ground. The meat is ground when you order it. Like, this is the kind of restaurant you'd have to pay. This kind of hamburger you'd have to pay for $20 for at a restaurant, and you can get it for $6 because there's no human labor involved. I mean, the machine has to be maintained.
Sounds tasty.
It is tasty.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to our community.
My name is Ryan, and my voice matters. I don't know how you want to cut that.